Hey guys, Pitmaster here. Here is the CQ Corona Quarantine left hook course that I promised you guys. Free of charge. I want you guys to have the best hook in the world. At least we can say one thing good came from this Corona Quarantine. You will have a better left hook when this is over. Okay? So this is the first chapter or the first episode, and I'm going to do it every single day. I'm going to give you a different hook, a different look, a different way to build up your hook. I'm going to give you a hook class every day, left hook class, every day that this Corona Quarantine goes on. I don't care if it's a year. If it's a year, I'll give you 365. If it's another month, I'll give you 30. All right? First thing I want to do is I want to tell you the type of hooks that we're going to go over. And then there's all kind of different other ways that they differentiate themselves. Number one, the lead hook. Number two is going to be the setup hook. Number three, the counter hook. And number four, the follow-up hook. All right? So, whenever I talk about a lead hook, which can be broken up into different categories, the lead hook means you throw the hook there. Okay? The biggest problem I'm seeing, and somebody sent me a video, I'm not going to give the name though, they start off here, and then they brought their hand back like that to throw their lead hook. When you're like this, once you go like this, your opponent isn't going to stand there, put their chin out and say, please hit me. So if you're going to throw a lead hook, your hand has to be cocked already. Because once you cock your hand, if it's here, once you cock your hand for a lead hook, the lead hook is not good anymore. So your hand has to be ready to throw the lead hook. So if I'm right here, I can throw the lead hook. You didn't even see it coming. Pop. Okay? But if I'm here, like Mike Tyson peekaboo, right? You have to pull the hand back and you have to cock it. The reason that you didn't see it when he threw it usually was because he weaved into it and cocked it, right? So if you cock it, then you can throw it with power. This is cocking it. So now I'm like cocked. So pretend you had a gun and you pull the hammer back. That's what happens here, okay? Then you turn it over. That's a lead hook, okay? A setup hook is a hook that I want to set something up with. Like maybe I want to throw an uppercut because I know he's going to duck under my hook. So I throw a hook without following through. Because if you follow through the hook, it's hard to throw the next technique. Like if I want to throw a hook and a takedown, or a hook and an uppercut, I have to stop my hook here so I can set up the next technique. If I whip my hook here, it's hard to throw another technique. Okay? So that's the setup hook. Okay, number three is the follow-up hook. Okay? That follow-up hook. The follow-up hook is after I throw a right hand, boom, I throw a hook. Alright? Maybe I throw another technique, then I'm going to throw a hook. It's followed up by something else. I throw a right leg, I'll throw a hook. So it follows something else. That's the follow-up hook. Alright? The other one is the counter hook. The counter hook is he's starting, or she, your opponent is starting the attack. And you wait for them, and then you explode with the hook. The counter hook, it works beautifully. You see it all the time. Somebody's rushing in towards you, right? And a lot of times when they rush in towards you, they put their chin up. Sometimes they put their hands down because they're going for a shot, or they put their right hand back because they're coming in for a power punch. So that counter hook is you're waiting, boom. All right? Sometimes you might drop this hand because you're waiting. As soon as they come in, boom. So that's the counter hook. All right? So we got the lead hook, we got the follow-up hook, we got the setup hook, and we got the counter hook. All right? So those are the four branches of the left hook. All right? So right now, I want to show you a couple of basics that you're going to throw into all of the hooks. Okay? So this is going to be for all of the hooks. The most important part of any hook is the most important part of any punch, a tight fist. You have to think of your fist like a rock, all right? And you think of your arm like a rope. And you want to swing that rock as hard as you can. You generate the power with a rock by swinging the rope. The rope is attached to a ball and socket joint, which is the shoulder, and it actually is a ball and socket joint, kind of, okay? And the hip always starts everything. It starts the ball rolling. So if I'm here, the counter hook, boom, all you see is my hand moving, but the hip actually started it, okay? So it's here, pop. The hip actually initiates all hooks. So the most important part, swinging that rope, okay, you swing the rock on the rope is a tight fist, okay? The thing that generates all your power is the hip, all right? So the hip generates the power, then it goes to the rope, and then it goes to the rock. So it starts at the hip, boom, turn the hip, hits the rope, right to the rock. Okay, so whip, whip. That's what a hook, that's the mechanics of a hook. Okay, now sometimes you follow through with that hook, and sometimes you snap it right here because you want to do something else after. So sometimes you follow through, and sometimes you don't. Okay, now why is the hook the best strike in all of martial arts? Because it's closest to the target. Look how close it is. Right here. Look how much farther my right hand is. Look how much farther my legs are. But my hand is right there, positioned for their chin. Okay? It's right here for a jab too, but you don't usually knock people out or hurt them badly with a jab. It's a point scorer. A hook hits right at the chin, which is the fulcrum, right, of the axis of the brain, and that's what causes the knockout. The shaking of the brain inside of the skull, and that is done most easily by hitting the chin, because the chin comes out farthest. It's the fulcrum. It's where you want to hit to cause the most damage. You want to try to shut off the computer, which is their brain. And the best way to do that is to hit them in the chin. And the best way to hit the chin in a fight is with a left hook. You can do it with a right hook, but it takes a lot longer to get there. The left hook, it's right there, okay? Another thing is commitment of the hip. When you commit your hip with a right hand, you're much more easily countered with a strike or a takedown. The left hook, you're actually not committing your hip at all. Your hip is going over here, okay? You're much less susceptible to a counter or a takedown, okay? Now you put all those things together that I just told you, without a doubt, the left hook is the best strike in all of martial arts. It's why like 70+% of all knockouts happen thanks to the left hook. So in this course, you're going to learn all about it. You're going to learn you're going to learn dozens of different left hooks, where to plug them in, how to train them, how to make your left hook stronger. So welcome to this class. Congratulations. You are going to be a left hook you're going to be a left hook expert by the time this Corona quarantine is over. All right? I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Thanks for coming.